The semi-occluded vocal tract exercises like the puffy cheek, like lip rolls, like straw phonation. These exercises are amazing. They're a huge part of my course called Mixed Voice Masterclass because they are amazing at helping the vocal cords get in a mixed configuration. However, there is a problem. When we sing, we open our mouth. And so we must eventually start finding ways and strategies to translate the ease and efficiency that we're getting from these semi-occluded exercises to when we actually open our mouth to sing. So today I want to talk to you about passive vowel migration. So I think passive vowel migration is a key skill for any singer in any genre to figure out and to just be able to do. I think it's similar to how guitarists practice chromatic scales. When you're doing a chromatic scale, you're not really playing in a genre, but you're building muscle dexterity and muscle coordination. And that's how I view passive vowel migration. Essentially, with the exception of the vowels E and U, the other vowels, you can basically create a nice resonant shape on the bottom. And then as you go up higher in your range to a degree, you don't need to change the shape. It's possible to just make a vowel shape on the bottom and then inflect your voice or sing up a scale or whatever and go up to a fairly high note without changing the shape. So for example, instead of going, opening the mouth, doing these things, the mouth, the jaw, the larynx, all of these articulators can basically assume the same shape we found on the bottom. And when we do this, we allow the resonance to passively migrate. When the shape stays the same and or stable, then the resonance moves and it moves up. And the opposite is true when we allow the shape to change as we're ascending in our range. So we're not viewing this dogmatically, we're just viewing this as, can I do this skill? Can I ask my voice to accomplish this task? And can I do it successfully? Here's how I like to start approaching passive vowel migration. Let's do an ah vowel, because the ah vowel is really the one that does not need to change really at all throughout most, if not all of your range, depending on the voice type. So the first thing that we have to do is just set up a nice resonant shape on the bottom. Here's a couple things you can play around with. If it's really cold outside and you're warming up your hands, that right there, that whisper shape, that's usually a good ah shape. Ah. Okay, we're not singing, we're just playing around with shapes. Now, probably my favorite thing to do is put a finger right here and just say ya, 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 ya. And two things we're looking for. We're looking for high ring. The ring of the voice felt kind of high and vertical. There's parts of the sound, of course, that come forward, but there's a high vertical ring, and then there's a subtle feeling of something coming down and under. So there's this thing happening. Ya, 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 ya. If you're having trouble perceiving this, something that's really helpful is to think like you're amused or you're really happy back in here or kind of mischievous and go for it. Say ya, 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 ya. Okay, so that's gonna get you that kind of just really resonant vowel shape where there's low partials in there and there's high partials. Just this balance of ring in the voice. So once we make that shape, when we're gonna go up higher in our range, that ah to you very quickly is going to change to You don't have to change your mouth. Remember, we're keeping the same shape. But to you in your head, it will start to sound like and as you get higher, it's going to start to sound like So it's going without actual shape change, okay? Ya, ya, ya. And the sound really just feels like it goes, It just kind of climbs up this vertical this way. And on the the is not felt down here. You feel that kind of warm here. That quality is really starting to ring out, especially on that pitch. Basically, what I like to do and what I encourage people to do is just set up this nice resonant shape and inflect up and down your range, knowing that every note higher should start to migrate to and then to Just know this progression is happening for passive vowel migration. Okay, so that's the vowel. I know that there's going to be people who say, what about the other vowels? So let's do a couple of the other vowels. Let's say an A vowel. Let's say yay, okay? And let's just kind of play around with setting up a shape and then letting it inflect up. Yay, yay, yay. Remember, it helps to be kind of yay, yay, yay. When you're doing this, kind of grinny. That grinny, mischievous thing back in here helps the tongue dorsum stay high, helps the larynx stay neutral and stable, and just overall stabilizes the whole situation. We have to have some type of expressive affect, I think, because if we don't and we're too lax and relaxed, then the vocal tract can't really respond to the pressure changes that happen when you're singing expressively. Yay! I can drop my jaw ever so slightly in that top pitch there when practicing this, because that resonance needs to change slightly on the A vowel, but on an that pitch is so high that we will not reach it with the first harmonic, which would then be head voice. Okay, what about O? Same thing. Yo, yo, it's yo. It's just going up this way. All right. So like, you know, what then I like to do is just kind of start stopping maybe on a target note that you're trying to figure out how to sing, a high note and whatnot, and just inflect up to it. Yo, yo, long time, long time, long time coming, but I know. So just inflecting up to that place and then deciding to sing the lyrics from the place you landed in, from the passive vowel migration. It's a very, very powerful skill for singers to learn. There's really no secret to like figuring this out immediately, other than you just have to, it's like a daily practice of just sitting with yourself. You can monitor things, right? Like you can put your finger here on your larynx, here, yeah, 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 yeah. So the larynx is not moving, it's staying completely, it's just staying passive. I'm not pushing it down, it's not raising. You can see my jaw is not moving. I mean, everything is just a stable situation, all right? And that's the idea. Now, again, I just want to mention, this is similar to practicing a chromatic scale. For certain styles of music, you're going to like classical, you're going to maintain to this and abide by this almost to the T. But for other genres of music, you're definitely not going to. Your larynx will raise from that position slightly. Your mouth is going to open, okay? And so I'm not asking you to become dogmatic about this idea, but I just want you to question yourself, is it a skill that I can do? Can I figure out how to just start with a resonant shape on the bottom and not track anything up? Yeah, you're kind of singing up and out, and I'm exaggerating a shouty thing there, but yo, yo, oh, yeah. So we can start opening that up. Some people would call that belting. I feel like it's just opening slightly from the place that I found on the passive vowel migration. And then you can start getting more contemporary, more pop sounds, more musical theater sounds, whatever style of music. You just make little tweaks to this fundamental principle of passive vowel migration. So this skill was such a fundamental thing for me to learn, and I had to pass it along to all of y'all, my YouTube family. And I really do hope that this tip helps you out. I hope it helps you figure out your voice so you can use it to sing in the way that you want to sing. If you're looking for more of a systematic approach with tons of vocal exercises to help train your voice and to help train your mixed voice, I do have a full-blown course called Mixed Voice Masterclass you can check out down below. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to my channel, join the family. I have a ton more videos coming your way very soon. Until next time.